Welcome back guys to another episode of Pro Player Setups, where I myself, Codelife, I take a pro player. Today it's the one and only Liquid Mitr0. I basically take a player, I take a look at a recent picture of their setup that they've posted on socials like Twitter or whatever, and I basically take an in-depth dive into their setup to explain what each and every peripheral is on that setup picture in itself. So guys, if you do enjoy this series and you want the episodes to continue, be sure to drop a like on this video. That's how I know that you guys are enjoying them. And then secondly, be sure to subscribe to the channel, as apparently a few of you are not. But yeah guys, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Alright guys, so to start things off, we're going to begin by starting on the left side of the setup, then gradually making our way to the right side of the setup by the end of the video. Starting off on the left side, we've got his microphone right here first, and what this microphone is the Blue Yeti in the color black or blackout. As you can see, this is the price on screen. It's going to be the same for every peripheral. Moving on, we've got his mouse pad. That's the first mouse pad on the left hand side that sort of covers his keyboard and monitor. This, I believe, is the Ink Gaming XL mouse pad that comes in at a size of around 36 by 18 inches, and it's in the color black. Now guys, I could be wrong on this mouse pad. It is a new mouse pad from Mitr0, as on his previous setup he used to have this one, so I'm not exactly sure what this mouse pad is, but from the looks of it, it does just look like a standard Ink Gaming mouse pad. It's been very popular recently among Fortnite pros. But moving on from that, we've got his keyboard. You guys should know exactly what this is. It's the one and only SteelSeries Apex Pro 10 keyless. By the way, if you don't know what 10 keyless is, here's the size difference compared to a normal size keyboard. It's basically 10 keys less. TKL, it basically says what it is on the tin. But this keyboard right here guys is very popular due to its ultra fast switches. I'll put up a video on screen in the background so you guys can see just how fast these only point switches are, but trust me, they're like one of the fastest on the market at the minute. Moving on from that, we've got his main gaming monitor. You can tell that it's his main one because he's got Fortnite literally booted up on it, and this is the Alienware AW252-1H, and it's a pretty beastly monitor. It's got a 360Hz display with NVIDIA reflex latency. It's sized at 25 inches. It's got NVIDIA G-Sync with it as well, and on top of that, it's got a 1 ms response time. Moving on from that, we've got his secondary mouse pad, which his mouse lays on top of, as you can see right here. This, I believe, is another Ink Gaming mouse pad, but I think it's in the size large. As you can see, it's obviously a lot smaller than his first mouse pad, which is on the left hand side, and I believe that this one is the same brand, that's Ink Gaming, but I believe it's in the large size and not the XL large size like the first one is. Moving on from that, we've got the mouse in itself that obviously lies on top of it, and what this is it's the Logitech G Pro X super light wireless mouse in the color black. And what's impressive about this mouse guys is it only weighs, I believe, 63 grams, which is super lightweight for a mouse, and this one is relatively new as well. I don't think it's been out for that long, and I'm pretty sure it's like 25% lighter than the first generation, which was the original Logitech G Pro wireless. Next up, we've got Mitr0's light, which looks pretty cool, and I don't exactly know what specific light this is. Obviously it's custom, it's got his name and his team Liquid printed on it, but guys, if I do find it out, I'll put it on screen, as I know a ton of you guys would want it, but if I don't guys, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Moving on from that, we've got a second keyboard, which this keyboard right here guys is quite interesting because one, Mitr0 does not use it anymore, and two, the reason for why is because firstly it's the Wooten 1 keyboard, which guys, if you have no idea about this keyboard, it's basically a double movement keyboard. I made a video all about it on screen right here, I'll link that video below, but basically when you use this keyboard you could get double movement in Fortnite before Fortnite actually allowed third-party double movement programs. Now that they do, obviously Mitr0 did scrap that keyboard, he put it to one side and he now uses his SteelSeries Apex Pro, but the only reason he can use that keyboard right now and not use the Wooten 1 is due to the third-party programs that are completely free and easy to get on Fortnite, which if you are curious in double movement guys, I'll be sure to link my tutorials on those third-party programs in the description of this video and on screen. Next up, we've got Mitr0's secondary monitor, which this is the BenQ Zowie XL2540. This was his old main monitor, as you can see from his old setup picture on screen right now. But now, guys, since he has upgraded to that Alienware monitor, he's just replaced his old secondary monitor with this old main monitor, because I believe it's got like 240Hz. So now he's got a 360Hz monitor and a 240Hz monitor, which is quite nice, you must admit. Next up though, we've got his mouse bungee, which this mouse bungee is the Fnatic mouse bungee. I'll put it on screen for all of you. But what's interesting about this mouse bungee, guys, is it did actually used to get used when Mitr0 had his old mouse, which was the Razer Viper wired. However, since he has upgraded to a wireless mouse, he no longer needs that mouse bungee, and it's obviously been pushed to one side, as you can see from his setup. And then finally, guys, the last piece of his setup picture here is the desk. And what this desk is it's the IKEA Beckoned corner desk that's in the color white. Now, how I know that this is the Beckoned desk, guys, is because if I put up his old setup picture on screen right now, you'll notice that it curves all the way to the left. And if I put his new setup picture on screen, it's the exact same. And then if I put the Beckoned on screen right now, you can see, guys, that this just matches his desk perfectly. And that's why I believe that this is the desk that he is currently using. Moving on from the setup picture though, guys, I want to mention a few peripherals that aren't on screen right now, but I feel like you guys will be interested in. The first one is his headset. This is the Logitech G Pro X. Next is his chair. This is the Secret Lab X Team Liquid chair. As you can see, it looks pretty cool on screen right now. That's of course branded in his team, which is Team Liquid. The next one is his webcam. That is the Logitech C920, a pretty good HD camera. And then finally, we've got his PC specs. Starting off with his case, he is using the Fractal Design Meshify 2 XL ATX full tower case. His CPU is the Intel Core i9 10900K. His CPU cooler is the Arctic Liquid Freezer 2420. His motherboard is the MSI Mag Z490 Tomahawk ATX motherboard. His video card or GPU is the Nvidia GeForce RTX 380. His RAM or memory is the G-Skill Trident Z RGB that comes in the 32GB configuration. That's 2 sticks of 16GB of RAM. His first SSD is the Samsung 860 EVO that comes in a 500GB configuration. His second SSD is the Samsung 980 Pro that comes in the 500GB configuration. And finally, we've got his power supply, and that is the Seasonic Prime PX 1000 watt power supply. And yeah, guys, that is everything you need to know about Mitr0's new setup, or rather setup picture. As you can see, guys, we covered a lot in this video. I'm pretty sure I covered everything, or at least what I thought it was. If this video was helpful in any single way, guys, then be sure to let me know by dropping a like on this video, subscribing to the channel. Like I mentioned before, guys, or at the start of the video, apparently a small percentage of you that watch me are not, so be sure to change that by dropping a sub on the channel. And then finally, if you would like to support myself or Mitr0, feel free to use either code Mitr0 or code Codelife in the Fortnite item shop. By using either one of our codes, guys, you'll be helping us out a ton, and it really would be appreciated. And yeah, that's all I've got for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.